Coming up next, Indy News number 127. It's going to be an all IDW edition of Indy News. We're going to talk about how IDW is going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who this year. We're going to talk about G.I. Joe's Secret Missions coming back to your comic book shelves sometime soon. We're going to talk about Star Trek Countdown to Darkness, the prequel book for the upcoming movie. Darwin Cook's Parker series has got yet another edition coming out from IDW. And John Byrne's going to be a busy, busy man in 2013. All that and more coming right up. Help us here at Alternate Reality to improve your kids' grades. Now, we know that good grades deserve a reward, and that's why we have the Alternate Reality Good Grades Club here at the store. If you have a grade schooler in the Chicagoland area, either city or suburbs, bring in their report card and we'll issue you one of these. Alternate Reality Good Grades Club card. Now, for each A, your grade schooler will receive a 2% discount, and for each B, a 1% discount. Now, based on this report card, this grade schooler is going to get an 11% discount here at the store for everything all the time, all year long. So come on down to Alternate Reality because good grades deserve a reward.
The Indy Alley is alive and well with the spirit of independent comics. Although it may not smell that way. Here's Comic Book Man and Bo.
Keep your comics close and your graphic novels closer. Independent Comic Book News, episode 127. Fairly Unfair.
Hey folks, Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. Bo?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Bo?
It's Indie News time. This is episode number 127.
Yes.
And we're talking about IDW. Now tell us where we're broadcasting from. Tell us.
Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kedzie in beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, all my new comic stores, 15% off every day for everyone. Thanks for blowing the promo, by the way, that I do at the end of this. It's because you just told everyone what's in News number 127. Anyway.
I can do the promo too.
Oh, yeah, sure you could.
I could.
That'll happen.
I could.
Our first story up involves Doctor Who. Now,
What?
IDW's been doing Doctor Who comics now for the last 4 or 5 years, I think, more or less.
Hey, wait, you know what's weird about this?
What?
You can't buy those books in the United Kingdom. They're not. You can't sell them in England.
Why not?
It's a licensing thing. It's a licensing thing.
Okay, lots of comics have restrictions for different parts of the world for different reasons. That doesn't really surprise me all that much, except for the fact it's England. It's where the character's based in. Anyway, as every Doctor Who fan knows, 50th anniversary is coming up in November, and IDW has planned a special way to celebrate that.
They're going to do a 12-issue maxi series, which will involve all 11 incarnations of the Doctor.
Mm-hmm. So what will the 12th issue be about?
I'm assuming some of them dying or all assimilating or melting.
Gangbang!
Fighting crime or having sex with all the companions on it.
All right, can I chime in, ladies?
Yes, please. JR, folks.
Look, speaking of all 11.
Doctor Who,
here's
he's
your-
got all his
Yeah,
shit.
flow chart.
There's Bob.
Yeah.
And there's Joe.
What about
and
Iggy?
And there's Pete.
Yeah, there's
You got
Hoss
Iggy?
and Hop Sing.
It's not a shirt, it's a tattoo.
What about Iggy?
I'm assuming it's going to be 12 issues. 11 of them will be one for each Doctor.
You-
And then a
what could
12th
be?
issue will be whatever the storyline will
Oh, you
wrap
mean there'll be a
around.
story?
Yes, this is
Oh,
supposed
okay.
to have some sort of underlying thread to it.
I would
be
also
less-
hazard a guess, since Andy Diggle's working on the monthly IDW Doctor Who book, he's probably writing this thing.
Okay.
Like he said.
Like he said. Meanwhile, over in
Meanwhile.
the G.I. Joe corner
Yo, Joe!
of the IDW adaptation universe, adaptation
World.
domination, G.I. Joe Secret Missions is going to be coming to you from...
Chuck Dixon and Paul Galassi. Paul Galassi drawing a G.I. Joe book. I would actually buy it because Paul Galassi's drawing it.
They do a smoking hot, what's that chick in the thing? With
Baroness.
Baroness, yeah, I do smoking hot.
But yeah, that book will be launching in March, and then G.I. Joe, The Cobra Files will be coming from Mike Costa, who's worked on G.I. Joe before, and art by Antonio Fusa, who's also worked on G.I. Joe. That'll show up in April. That is the third of the new G.I. Joe books. The first one we told you about in a couple of news stories ago, which involves the fact that the G.I. Joe team has been outed, so everyone knows they exist, and the team will be run by Bruce Willis.
There's about to be a big shakeup in the G.I. Joe universe. A couple of books are getting canceled. They're going to restart the ongoing series, and of course, the Secret Missions thing. Meanwhile, over in the Star Trek corner of the IDW universe, there's a sequel coming out this summer, and of course,
There is?
yes, there is to the Star Trek movie, and of course, that means IDW is going to be doing a countdown prequel book to it.
They're doing a 4-issue limited series called Star Trek Countdown to Darkness,
Yes.
which I believe is being written by one of the writers of the movie, I think.
Okay.
Now, in the regular series, while this 4-issue series is going on, you will see the origin stories of Bones, Uhura,
Origins.
Scotty, Sulu, and Chekhov. While the limited series is going on, so you get to find out how they got to be in Starfleet Command,
They all have origin
how they got
stories.
on the thing. Well, they had to come from somewhere. They didn't just pour them out of a tube.
I assume their mothers.
Well,
were blue.
maybe Chekhov. Maybe they
What
put
about
him in.
Mr. Mott?
No, not him.
Different series.
Different series.
I want to know where he came from.
No.
His origin.
Or the Tribbles.
The barber on Next Generation.
Meanwhile, John Byrne has got 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 new projects coming from IDW in the coming year.
John Byrne has basically nuked every comic book company in the
Isn't he run out of
entire
pencils
known
yet?
universe.
But
And so,
he's
but in
living at
IDW,
He's
in
living there.
IDW, they love him.
Yeah.
And they say that these books will look a lot like the old John Byrne.
It'll look like everything else he's ever
which
done.
will be basically
Look
amazing.
Terry
like John
Austin.
Byrne.
But Terry
Well,
Austin.
Terry Austin won't be inking him, so it won't look like the old John Byrne. But I don't know what this is. Actually, the spy thing he did.
He's got a whole new set of Sharpies things.
Yeah,
to
the
stuff
spy
with.
thing he did wasn't bad.
Super.
It wasn't bad. But his art is nowhere close to what it used to look like.
Any,
He's gonna
any
do one
idea
of
what these 3 books are going to be?
No, John's not talking.
Oh.
Actually, John Byrne's internet presence is usually this. He says something so insulting and obnoxious that people spend about a month and a half bitching about it, and then he just says nothing. And then he says something else insulting 3 months later.
I heard he was not working with glass beads.
He could be. I heard he was doing something with glass beads, but it didn't involve work.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. And our last story up. Any rumors about John Byrne working with glass beads are purely.
He has lava lamps in his house. What do you think I was talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about. You have a dirty, dirty mind. We all know that. Anyway, Darwin Cook's Parker books will have yet another edition coming from IDW.
The 4th edition will be called, it'll be an adaptation of the book The Handle. His last adaptation, it was 5 books, now they think it's going to go up to 6 books, will be Butcher's Moon, but before that ships, sometime in 2016 or 15, you'll see 2 48-page specials spinning out of Slayground, which is a Parker novel that sets up Butcher's Moon. And these things come out and they sell damn well. And IDW also thinking about doing an artist edition of a couple of those things, those big giant-ass books they do.
Those big $200 things.
Yeah, those are huge.
Yeah. Okay, and that's it. We're done with Fisher Out. If you got no more IDW news, go to the store's website. Check out all the IDW news and indie news and all the news that this man sends me that I post up there. Bo,
Yeah.
tell them where to find your wonderment.
Turn your computer on, wait for it to load up, and then look for Sarah.
www.marketreality.com.
Good sandwich.
So go to the store's website, check out all of his news, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man.
This is G.I. Joe.
Bye!
The Video Outhouse is brought to you by some of the finest people willing to work for free. This is a list of some of them.